Today I want to talk about putting together an effective landing page or sales page for your website. Any good sales page, just like any other landing page, is to get people to do one thing, and that is to take action. Whatever that action is, whether it's to hit that buy now button, fill out a form, complete an application, or do some other kind of thing, whatever you want them to do, this is the single most important thing that they can do on that page, and that should be the ultimate goal. Now, the most important aspect of a landing page is the words on the page. The words, basically the copywriting, is what's going to set you apart and help you to get that performance coming out of that page. Now, today I want to share with you some simple tips for creating better landing pages in terms of how they flow from a copywriting perspective, so you can actually see more success with that. Hey there, my name is Marlon from marlonmcpherson.com, and I do content like this to help you build and grow your online business, especially around your knowledge and expertise. If you want to see more of a comprehensive list of things you can do to help your website to perform better for your business, I have a free profitable website checklist that you can grab right now as a download over on my website. Just head to marlonmcpherson.com/checklist and you can just pop your email in there. I'll get it sent over to you along with some other resources as well via email. There are no rules really that applies when it comes to putting together a landing page with the words that you put on there. The main thing is really, at a bare minimum, you want to have things straightforward to let people know what you have to offer and let them know how to get it. So at a basic level, this is what needs to take place, right? However, if you don't have things structured in a very efficient way, it can mean the difference between you losing out on sales and people actually signing up or purchasing or taking the action you want. So there are some key things to consider when structuring the page, and what I'm going to do to help you with this is to share with you a simple copywriting framework called AIDA. So AIDA, and AIDA is something that's used widely by professional marketers when they put together not just landing pages, but do marketing in general, whether this is advertising or whatever it is that they're doing. This can be applied to many different things. And AIDA actually is an acronym that stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So these are the things that we're going to look at, and look at them in order, because this is how things will need to flow in order for you to actually consider putting together better landing pages. So people like Russell Brunson use this, and it's used on hundreds of other successful landing pages out there on the internet. So this is something that is proven, and we're going to look at each part of it right now. So the first part of AIDA is attention, and this refers to how you hook people in and how you grab their attention, right? So we're talking about the headline and what you need to write. So I have a few tips in terms of how you can go about doing it. The headlines that you write, or the headline, needs to be clear and concise first of all, and it needs to be in line with what they want, right? So you need to understand who your avatar is, your customer profile, or whatever you want to call it. You need to understand who your target customer is and what it is that they're looking to get done, and you want to speak to that in your headline so you get the attention straight away. They'll be much more inclined to go further down your page if the headline grabs them. If the headline doesn't grab them and they bounce, they leave, then it doesn't matter how good the rest of the page is. They won't actually take any action because they wouldn't have seen it. They would have left. So your headline is really important, the hook, right? I'm going to give you some tips now regarding how you would put together a headline. So you want to consider using a transformational type of statement. So this is pain point to desire. So go from this to this. So whatever that pain point is for your ideal customer, and what the desired future state is, what they're looking to have happen in future, not just the outcome that you're going to get for them, but what that will allow them to do. Speak to that. You also want to mention things like stats and results, meaning that if you can specifically say X number percentage or this amount of results, number of results, or whatever the case might be, people are much more likely to sit up and pay attention because that is very specific. And I'm going to give you some examples of actual headlines that you could write. So 10x your productivity with our easy to use app. No special skills required. So that's telling them 10x. That's very specific, right? Obviously, you're going to make it realistic. You're not going to clickbait people, meaning that you're not going to say something that is not possible or you're not able to deliver on. Another one would be get 50% more signups in 30 days. That is specific. Now let's move on to interest. So with the interest part of it, once someone's seen your headline and they decide, you know what, this actually might be something I want to look into. So now you need to give them something to hold their interest or to make them more interested. So this is where you mention more information that they'll be interested in. This could be to tell them a relatable story. You could also share a brief case study. So a case study obviously would be an example of a case that you've worked on or a situation that you've worked on to help somebody else, or you've done this for yourself, or whatever the case might be, right? So you share the results, you share what the situation was, and you share the results. So this is going to get them interested because they can see themselves in the information that you're sharing, the stories or the case study. And you also could offer or just go through the benefits. If you don't want to do a case studies, just go through the benefits of what your service or product would help them to do, right? What benefits, what are the benefits of it, right? Let's move on to desire. After they've gotten interested, you need to then speak to their desire, speak to their desired future state. Now, think about how would it make them feel? Would it make them feel less stressed and more relaxed? Will they be more confident about doing something? Will they have more time to do the things they enjoy? Whatever it is that they want, you need to speak to that, because that's what they want in the future, right? It's not the result that you get them, it's what that allows them to do. Just remember, that's the desired future state. This is where you can also sprinkle in some testimonials of past clients or past customers who've also been through this, and you can answer some objections as well. You could do this in a FAQ format or question and answer format and so on, right? So you want to use these words or these techniques to build up a desire for what you have. Now, at this point, people are thinking, you know what? You've already brought me this far. How do I get hold of this? And this is where you ask them to take action. Now, you want to make sure you confidently and strongly ask them to take action. Make it obvious, make it clear. This is what they need to do next. What you want to do is have, like I said, a clear call to action on your page. To do just one thing, ideally. In some cases, you might have something as a secondary. It depends, right? But you want to stick with one thing, because giving too many options actually gives people the opportunity to back out or to get confused or whatever it is. So you want to keep it simple by just offering one option, and you'll see more conversions. So for example, you want to have a place an order link, or a place an order button, or a buy now, or a get in touch, or whatever it is that you want them to do. Fill out a form, even call a number. It's up to you. You want to guide people through, and people need to be told, otherwise they'll do nothing. So now that you have this framework to follow, what you can do is take these principles and go ahead and assess your existing web pages, your existing landing pages, whether this is for your services, your products, or even for your opt-in pages, your lead magnet pages, those type of pages. You want to follow the same principle. It applies across the board. You can add it to so many different things. And this should give you more confidence in terms of how to put together or structure your marketing, especially for your landing pages. And I'm pretty sure you'll see an improvement with the results that you're getting if you can apply this properly. So like I mentioned before, go ahead and grab the checklist at marlonmcpherson.com/checklist, and you'll see some other things on there that you can look into. And go ahead and check out the description for any further resources, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.